everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Frequency Friday Camp Disclosure. My name is Jennifer.
And I am Christy Oates, and we are part of your production team here at Camp Disclosure. And so welcome to our Frequency Friday live stream. We're so grateful and honored to be able to be here and that you're here with us. And
episode number 6.
I was thinking about that. We're halfway through. We're doing 12 episodes, and for two introverts, counting them off is good. That we were like, oh, we did another one without totally embarrassing ourselves. That's awesome. So we're crossing them off. But yeah, we're excited. We are actually having a lot of fun doing these, and we're doing these because we know that there's a lot of questions about Camp Disclosure. We're kind of a new gathering, and this is our second year in existence. So people are curious about us. We don't have a long history of being here. So we're here to kind of tell you guys a little bit more in depth and detail what you can expect at Camp Disclosure. And we're bringing our speakers on every week. This week we have Matthew Mournian, Cathleena, Hailley, and Sarah Thomas joining us. For our topic this week is Your Body as Tech. So they're going to be on here in a few minutes. But we have some other fun things that we like to do first before we bring our guests on. We're going to be getting an energy update on this new moon from Jennifer in just a few moments.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be doing our raffle. I know everyone wants to know who the big winners are this week. So we're going to be doing that in a few minutes. But first, for tonight, we have something special prepared for y'all. And so we have a top 10 list, kind of, who was the guy? Letterman used to do a top 10 list. I don't know if he still does. But so we're going to give you our top 10 list. Is the top 10 reasons that you really want to be at our Starseed family reunion in the sacred Appalachian Mountains of North Georgia, August 26th to 30. So we're going to count down 10, 9, 8. So I will do drum roll. And Jennifer's going to kick us off. Number 10.
Number 10, to enjoy talking about leading edge theories and out of the mainstream disclosure topics like UFOs, ET contact, hybrid children, Sasquatch experience, and working with teams during our dream time in parallel universes. And other strange rantings, Matthew Mournian style, within the comfort and safety of a like-minded tribe with a shared language and a shared vision and a shared mission.
So that next part, I wrote this up, and I don't think Jennifer had quite a chance to look over it. She was just kind of reading off of it. These are kind of notes. But yeah, so this next part was really about me because I wanted to share that really the truth of the matter is, I would say currently all of my closest friends I met through working either last year or this year through Camp Disclosure, and they've turned into in real life friends for me, and so it's
same here, and the experience, and I haven't even made it to the full Camp Disclosure, but ever since I've been involved, it's been like family.
Yeah. It's really cool. And so so really number 10 is just because you have a family here. If you have experiences that you don't feel comfortable talking about with other people, this is a really safe, fun place to hang out and connect with people where you can just be yourself and be comfortable and just know you're not alone. So, yeah. So number 9 is tossed back to me. So number 9 is the fact that when we're all together, something special happens. It's an alchemy. It's an amplification of our high vibe. I say our high vibe is contagious, and it's amplified when we're together. And Erin Yanni, our other co-producer, she likes to say one of her favorite phrases, which I have taken to repeating often, is, alone we are a tiny flame, and together we are a burning supernova. And so again, when you come together, there's just that combination of energy. And
powerful.
Yeah. And so thinking about that combination of energy, one thing we really haven't touched on yet is how intentional we have been, or we are being, about the cultivation of the group energy. We talked a lot in our episode on self-care about personal individual energy management, but we've also developed a plan with our speakers and some of our healers to work with the energy of the land and to cultivate it and to use it very intentionally as medicine for the earth grid. So, that's kind of a big deal that I like. I don't think we talk about very often. So that's number 9. So
number 8 is your increased chance of contact. And that's something that I can speak on, because I had my first contact experience, like actual seeing a Sasquatch in front of me experience. I've seen UFOs. I do sky watches and stuff like that, but to actually get that experience was pretty amazing. And we are going to have three experts, 3 different experts that really deal with this there. And it's not just me that has had experience like this. It seems to kind of be a theme with Camp Disclosure. So it's like, it's a piggyback from the last one. It is coming together in that group. Those beings also know that we are there to set those intentions, and they're also helping us hold that space. And it's all of us working together. So it's a pretty magical experience. I'm still processing everything that happened to me, but yes, that's one of the possibilities of, if you come to Camp Disclosure. And then you'll be able to share your experience, I got to touch on that, in a safe container with other people that will want to hear about it.
Absolutely. Yes, there was a lot of people who saw a ship during our opening night last year, and we've already had a lot of interactions with Sasquatch. I haven't told anyone this yet, Jennifer, but I don't know if you guys saw, she made a post in our group about Sasquatch and feathers. And right hours before that post, I had a feather appear in my path. And hours after that post, I had a strange thing in my bedroom where my lamp fell, and an earring with a feather fell right before my feet. So
I got to say something on that. And this is how my experience started. So if you are seeing these signs, guys, this means you're being called, because Sasquatch started popping up for me before I got there. So after I made that post, I was driving down a road in Houston that I normally go down, and there was a garden center, okay? And the metal Sasquatch sign that they have at Unicoi, it was there on the outside, and they also had a concrete Sasquatch yard thing. And I did a double take, and I'm like, that is not normal. And plus it was the same one from Unicoi. So yeah. I know that they were sending messages. So yeah. Definitely you'll probably have some experiences like that if you come.
Yes. Okay. Number 7. It's what happens off the stage as much as what happens on the stage. Like all the networking, it's kind of a little bit redundant, I guess, but it's all the networking, the connecting, and that really we think activating. What happens is we get activated when we're together. That happens. And one thing that's really kind of special about Camp Disclosure, we haven't emphasized that much, is it's a pretty small gathering. We're not like a big crowd. We're not in the thousands. Last year we did sell out. But because of COVID restrictions, we only had 100 tickets to sell. We did have a waiting list. Right now, we only have 150 tickets to sell for our event. We're hoping to increase that limit. We haven't gotten the official okay yet. But even if we do, we're going to increase it to about 300 or so. And so, we keep it really small. So it's much more chance of intimate connections and friendships that are made throughout the year. So that's number 7.
Well, and then I'll go into number 6 because we are the only event on the East Coast, correct? That is like this. And well, I started researching this. So we're probably the only event that really does something like we do because we have so much going on. But a lot of these events are taking place on the West Coast. I don't really see anything happening in Central where I'm at. So, for those people that are on the East Coast that are missing out on the events that can't make it to the ones on the West Coast, this is an awesome opportunity for you to, come and hang out, I mean, I'm driving from Texas, so it may seem like it's far, but it's not that far. I mean, it's like if you can't get to the West Coast, this is definitely something to check out.
That was absolutely one of the reasons that we started to do this last year, was because none of us have ever done event planning or organizing. I'm a nurse. Jennifer has full-time business. We all have kind of full-time things doing, other things. But we're like, we need an event on the East Coast because it's hard to get to California or Mount Shasta or these other places. And if there's somewhere where you can just drive, it's much easier. So that was one of the main things. We just want our own thing over here. So support us. If you're in this area, this is your event. This is our community. So
and if you want to come from California, come from California.
Absolutely. Yes.
Come from the West Coast. We still want you.
Yes. There is something very special about that might be the next one. Oh, that leads me to number 5, if I may. The next one is playtime in nature. I was going to say there's something very special about the mountains. You heard me say it earlier, the sacred Appalachian Mountains of North Georgia. And there's some very special properties. And I think I'm going to save this and ask Sarah Thomas to speak on this a little bit about the special properties of the mountains here. But this venue that we chose very intentionally is immersed in a huge forest. It's 2 hours away from the Atlanta airport where everyone's flying into. And
gorgeous.
Yeah, and I think it's the state or region's one of their biggest waterfalls. Certainly the biggest waterfall I've ever seen is 5 minutes from the venue. So that was always been a theme for us, is we really want it to be not at a corporate hotel, like immersed in nature. And then the reason is because that, we believe, promotes grounding and healing. And that's a big piece, a really important piece of a transformational event like what we're creating here. So
correct.
That's number 5.
And that kind of goes into like number 4. I mean, even though getting out in nature isn't really leading edge, but it can be leading edge because there are scientific effects, of just grounding, and most people don't do it as often as they should. But on top of that, every speaker that we have coming, they're going to offer a excellent presentation. They're going to give you stuff that you can't find on YouTube, different types of gifts. You're not going to walk away empty-handed, and that's the important thing. And it's not like just outside of the speakers. I mean, you can learn about the different healing products from the vendors that are there. I mean, some of the stuff that they're going to be offering, it's all tools to help you transform your life, on well as the healers and the musicians. I think, everybody, we did a lot of vetting when it came to making sure that we were offering you something that you could experience that human upgrade.
Absolutely. Yeah. That leads straight to 3. But I want to back up and just say a little something about 4, because we did take that very, very seriously. We want to make sure, you're paying a lot of money and spending a lot of time to come out and see what we're all about. So we wanted to make sure that every single speaker was on point and brought something really leading edge, something that, you couldn't, maybe they haven't even talked about yet. But we also asked them to really make sure that it was interactive. Mm-hmm. And that they had something, that they offered something to the audience, a tool, a new way of thinking, something where the audience will walk away with, man, that could change my life. And the reason I know that we did a great job at our vetting is because if you watch any of our past shows, I can say personally for me, I got what I call gold nuggets from every single speaker on every single show. So really, that's a testament to me. So And that's just a little taste of what you'll get at Camp Disclosure. And so I'm supposed to be talking about number 3, which really is what Jennifer was talking about, that we're a hybrid. People are like, are you a festival? Are you a retreat? A conference? What exactly is this gathering? And it's hard. It's kind of hard because we don't want to sound braggy, but we're everything. We're all of the above. We are a hybrid, unique type gathering, we believe. Like Jennifer was saying, 20 plus speakers, leading edge disclosure speakers, healers, leading edge modalities that you cannot find just at your massage parlor. You know, we're looking for, and in fact, we still have spots open. If you have tachyons, if you have Rife machine, if you have anything Tesla coils that's kind of new and different, not new, but, you know, leading edge that, you know, people that you might want to offer where so people can get more access to these kind of repressed technologies. We're looking for those vendors, musicians, artists, the nature we talked about, high vibe food, very intentional food plan. It's going to be vegetarian. And we're working with their chef there to make it really specific for our crowd. The metaphysical stuff we talked about. And yeah, so that's number 3. And number 2.
Let's have fun. It is a lot of fun. Like I had just a spring meeting and getting around you guys and connecting, and it's so much fun. And that's the whole point. You know, if you're watching this show, if you're in this group and you resonate with what we say, you're somebody who knows what a spiritual awakening is, and you know that it can be a lonely journey. And the whole point of, you know, we did an episode about getting serious about the mission, but the whole point of being down here is to also have fun and have fun with others and get out of your comfort zone. And yeah, I mean, we've got so much going on. I'm super excited about it. I cannot wait for it to get here because I am ready to have some fun.
Yes. And I will argue that having fun is getting serious about the mission, but that's another topic. And drum roll, please. Number 1 reason.
Number one.
Top reason why you should join or might consider or would want to come join us at our family reunion is because what if we create or have created a vortex where you are instantly upgraded, instant healing occurs readily, like a love vortex or activation chamber, if you will, kind of the experience of being instantly transported onto a spaceship with 350 of your closest Starseed family. I mean, that was our intention, kind of. So if we've created that, I don't know, it could be cool. You might want to come check it out. So beam me in, Erin Yanni, because that was kind of Erin Yanni's concept. And you've met her if you've seen our other shows, and you'll definitely be meeting her. So instead of beam me up, I say beam me in, because it's all about going in, right? All right. So that's number 1. So those are top 10 reasons. Tickets are on sale. Get your tickets now. And we're going to talk more about that when we get to the raffle. But first, I want to give Jennifer an opportunity to, if you don't mind, to please share some of your new moon energy updates.
Okay, yeah, I did. I wrote some stuff down, so I'm going to go over it really quick, guys, so that y'all can kind of understand what's going on and how you're feeling and all those other sorts of things. We have a new moon today in Cancer, okay? So Cancer is a water sign. They're very family oriented. They can be considered the mama bear. So they can be sentimental, get into traditional stuff. And they really do love to take care of people. And what I have noticed, especially in myself, is that you may be feeling a little bit more productive. You may be pushed to start getting some stuff a little bit more organized. New moons represent the end of a cycle and also the beginning of another. And last new moon, I was really calling it the Great Reset. You know, we were resetting the energies, where this one is really about a fresh start. So that's why you may be pushed to start adding a little bit of more organization in your life, because when you do tend to do that, you're going to start eliminating the stuff that's no longer working. So do expect some major shifts. I'm seeing some things that are already happening. I also am seeing that the veil is getting thinner and thinner. So do expect more UFO sightings, more stuff coming up to the surface, truth coming up to the surface. We have some major planets creating squares and, opposition of each other, that it is just stirring up these energies. Now, I did put, be mindful of what intentions you are setting, because they will play out till the end of the year. And I really want to touch base on this, because for those, that are knowing that something is coming, because a lot of people are picking that up in the air, be mindful of what timeline you are picking, okay? Mm-hmm. So I was having this conversation with someone yesterday, Becca, actually, about how that may be delaying some of the progress because everybody is manifesting a different timeline. The best thing to do right now is to not hold any expectations and manifest your best timeline, okay? So just be mindful that with the truth and everything coming out, don't play into it. We are rapidly manifesting, okay? So it, like me, I pop in just to know what's going on and I pop out. I do not feed into that energy because I don't want to manifest those certain timelines. This time, Cancer is all about self-care and all about you. So definitely get out in nature, take some time, take some action, set those intentions of where you want to be by the end of the year, and nurture yourself, okay? There are big positive changes coming. Again, you are the conscious creator of your own reality. It's whatever timeline you want to choose. So whatever perception you're going to see with whatever is about to come, because there are big things coming our way. Just be mindful of that. And I also put, this is a new moon that's really going to give us freedom and expansion. So another thing that came up too that I starred, and it was in this morning's reading, where the air signs, all orange, came up. So there's some stuff going on with Venus. You may have an increase in, sexual drives or wanting to find a partner or whatever. Be mindful of these things. Sacral chakras are definitely activating and clearing out. So this Cancer new moon is definitely doing that. But I also feel that it's going to hit those who are born in air signs the most. So and then just stay tuned, because we have a full moon coming up July 23rd in Aquarius. So Aquarius is the humanitarian, the change maker, the rebel. So I haven't really fully tapped into all the energies of that, but I can only imagine. So
awesome.
That's my update.
Awesome. Thank you. That's so I am loving listening to your updates and forecasts and readings, because for me personally, I'm always like, yes. They're pretty spot on for me. So thank you. So I don't want to keep our speakers waiting, but I do want to do the drawing. So I'm going to do it a little bit fast. All the details are on our Facebook group and every episode. So basically, anyone that buys their ticket between now and July 30th is automatically entered to win 2 chances to win on our weekly drawing. Every week we'll be drawing prizes for our weekly drawing, and then everyone also goes into our grand prize winners. So that's our grand prize winners for July 30th. Everyone's name is in there. These are just the weekly winners. If you already won, then you're not eligible to win again, but you are in the grand prize. So I'm going to draw for tonight's. We're giving away. That's the other thing. We have so many prizes that we could give away a ton each week, but we're gonna try and ration them out and see what happens there. I don't want to take up the whole show giving prizes away. So anyway, the sooner you buy your tickets, the more chances to win. Right now, you can see you have a pretty good chance to win. There's some names in there. It's building up. So our weekly winners, I'm going to draw four for tonight. We're going to give away a CD, a Dream Whisper CD by Julia Easton. And that is going to go to Miss Susan Pinsky. I'm going to write that down. We're old school. We do pen and paper. Congratulations, Yay! Susan. Thank you for buying your ticket early. I cannot wait to meet you.
I haven't quite figured out how to do the confetti yet.
Oh, I know. We're going to get there.
Well, we will. Oh, man, you know me. I'll try to figure out a way.
All right. The next one is a Tower Buster and Pendant set, organite set from Christina Lee Dobbs. And that is going to go to, no cheating. That is going to go to Shelby Kaiser. So congratulations, Shelby. And thank you so much for getting your ticket early. It really means a lot to us because it just helps us go ahead and make sure, gives us confidence that, yeah, we're going to be able to pay our bills. Yeah, we can buy that next plane ticket. We can pay that next deposit. So it means a lot to us. If you're planning on getting your ticket, go ahead and get it because you can win big. All right, number 3. This is a 45-minute Reiki session, but it's a galactic Reiki session with Joel Biak. You've probably seen his info on our website. It's a 45-minute, $45 value, and this is go to Travis Robb. Oh, yay. I'm so glad. Travis, I know from last year, and so I was so happy to see you coming back this year.
Yay.
Yes. I think I still owe you a dance, Travis, I think. It rained that night. So, but yeah, I look forward to seeing you, and congratulations. You have won a 45-minute galactic Reiki session with the Galactic EMT. And finally, the 4th thing we're giving away tonight from Scott Passion is a Vogel Crystal Quantum Healing Reiki session. So this is with a Vogel Crystal Quantum Healing. Scott Passion, so generous. Thank you. He's given 4 of these to us to give away. So the winner of this is going to be David Stavanoha. Now, you guys might remember David from episode 1 because he bought 2 tickets, and so now he's won 2 prizes. One and now. So
I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, it's not me cheating. He bought 2 tickets, so he got 2 entries, right? So congratulations. You can see you have a very good chance to win. Next week, we're going to be giving away some more things. Thank you, everyone, for buying your ticket, for thinking about buying a ticket, for planning on buying a ticket, and we're all so grateful. So that's fun, and thank you to all our vendors and healers. We're giving away, by the way, we are giving away a ton of stuff. More prizes came in this week. So every week is going to be building more, the higher prizes. On the last day, we're giving away, Eric Rains gave a $1,000 metamorphosis package. Pyramana Ormus gave away a $444 pyramid powder thing jar. I need to get a picture of it. Ormus, so I can describe it better. Yes, Ormus. All about the Ormus.
Yes, I love Ormus.
Jonathan White gave away a $1,200 12-week men's program and a 6-week women's program for $800. So these are huge, big ticket items. This is no joke. So if you're thinking about buying your ticket, go ahead and buy it. There's some jewelry in there. There's some clothing, original piece of clothing handmade for you, all kinds of cool stuff. But without further ado, because we have talked a long time, and I know our speakers are here and wanting to join us, and I want them to get on with us. We're going to take a quick break, I think, and
we're going to play a quick commercial.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. It's not going to be long.
Awesome.
Stay tuned, guys.
Ground, connect, activate. It's time. Our Starseed soul family is gathering in the sacred Blue Ridge Mountains to dance, play, meditate, create, learn, heal, and upgrade. Camp Disclosure 2021 Experience the Human Upgrade, a 4-day soul activating experience featuring leading edge speakers, inspiring art, uplifting music, delicious food, ecstatic dance, and a contagious high vibe aimed at pushing the dialogue, shifting the paradigm, and forging a path to the new earth, where the extraordinary is not only honored, but celebrated. Find us online at campdisclosure.com for event and live stream tickets.
All right, everybody. Welcome back.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, ladies.
Welcome. Hi.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hi. So we have Sarah Thomas and we have Cathleena Hailley joining us tonight to talk about body as tech. And you guys have been on our show before, so welcome back. How are you guys feeling tonight?
Good.
Oh,
Thank you.
Cancer new moon.
Not good.
Feeling emotions?
It's a little bit of a cave day.
Yeah.
Lay in bed and take it easy. But no, I'm good.
Awesome. Yeah, it was a rainy day here too, so I enjoyed being at home and not have to get out and about it.
Yeah.
How are you?
It's rainy
Cathleena?
here.
Yeah.
Everything good with you, Cathleena?
Yeah, it's good. I'm a little sleepy, I think, because the energies are just a little bit, make you a little bit sleepy. But no, great. Actually, doing great. Yeah.
Good.
Recognizing needing tons and tons of water for so much of these upgrades and the codes that are coming through. I mean, ridiculous amounts. I was realizing I must be drinking 2 gallons a day. I don't even know anymore. It's like, yeah, pretty crazy. So
Super important.
yeah.
Well, our audience is already getting to know you. We have, your bios up on our website. You've been on our show and we've talked about it. So I tried to come up with some good, new, interesting questions. Nothing too hard, don't worry. So I'm gonna kick it off tonight by asking you guys, and I thought about this, I always think about the questions for myself as well. If you had to sum it up in 30 seconds, a couple minutes, we talk a lot about our mission, our collective mission. We also have our individual mission. I've shared ours at Camp Disclosure as liberating humanity from the mental chains of slavery. Now, I don't know if anyone recognizes that. That's a Bob Marley lyric, by the way. It's applied. It's applicable, and I love it. I use it. That is kind of, my theme or my mission. So I wanted to ask you guys if you had anything similar to that, kind of your life mantra or theme that you kind of guides you.
Well, for me, it's really about having the best fun life, that you can have, and really experiencing the authentic connection of ourselves to this amazing earth. That's really it in a nutshell. I mean, there's tons of ways that happens.
Yeah.
But, it to me, it's much more, we talk a lot about the ascension, but that recognition of the inscension, right? The embodied, who we really are. And venturing forward to really create this new earth, because that's what we're doing, stepping away from what isn't working and create something new. So
beautiful. I love it. Totally in alignment. All of those things I think we talked about in the first kind of intro section, the fun being so important. I think we forget about that. We take they program us to be so serious about everything. So the fun is so important. The going in is so important. And the focusing on the solutions we think is, key. We can dip into the old matrix stuff a little bit to kind of, like Jennifer was saying, find out what's going on. But really our focus is on the new, creating the new, the alternative. What's the alternative? Mm-hmm. So awesome. Well, I'm sure that's why you're one of our speakers and why we love you and you love us, because that's all quite in alignment.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What do you think, Sarah?
Well, we're in this time when everybody keeps saying the term spiritual war, and spiritual wars are going on. And we do have this incredible polarity between light and dark, and it's like a play, and we're in the play. And I think the the ultimate realization or the ultimate experience is to remember that it's really love that wrote the play. So we're all going to wake up and be like, oh my God, it was a play and love wrote the play. And we're going to wake up and have that realization. In the meantime, while we came here to experience this polarity and grow from it and transform from it. And this is such a time for us right now. I think for so many of us right now, we're thinking these moments are actually why I came to Earth, because that the polarity is just, the intensity of it is just getting so strong. And it's like those two snakes are just dancing and fighting and dancing and fighting. And it really is that we need that polarity to be that activated to break through into that new world. But as we all stand here now, we're like, what is my role in the play? What is my role in the dance of polarity? And I think that all of us are kind of like snakes who are shedding a skin right now, because we're all waking up to, whoa, my divine purpose in this play is getting really real. I mean, we've had three major ancient traditions just recently went into high ceremony and all saw the same thing. They all saw that we have between 2024 and 2027 to turn things around. And that is not something scary. That's just the truth. I mean, that is ancient technology, ancient ritual, 3 different traditions from across the globe. So it's like the time in the play where like Rocky Balboa is walking up to fight the big Russian boxer. It's like, this is the moment, this is the big moment. That's where we see if we make it.
I was picking up like something big is coming. Like I've been picking up that energy. Matthew popped on, so I'm going to pop him up on the screen real quick.
Awesome. Great. Hey, Matthew.
Greetings.
Hey, Matthew.
Welcome.
Yay. Thank you for having me. Hopefully my audio is working.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Wonderful.
Welcome. Perfect timing. Yes. Welcome. So we were I tried to come up with some really hard questions for y'all tonight. So
Oh, wonderful.
But I'm just kidding. We were talking about kind of our mission and our, we at camp talk a lot about the mission, getting serious about the mission. You talk about remember your mission. And so we're kind of just trying to say in words more specifically, maybe what our individual mission was. I talked about at camp it being liberating humanity from mental chains of slavery, and Cathleena talked about fun and living the most fun life and going inward, and then Sarah talked about, she was actually just sharing with us a very interesting this revelation, discovery, prophecy that 2025 to 2027, I wrote it down, was going to be a turning point for humanity. And so I'm curious, like what's our best chance here? What in terms of winning this, being most successful at this turning point? I wanted to follow up with Sarah, and then I wanted to hear your mission statement. I'll give you a minute to think about it. So in terms of this big showdown, if you will, in 2025 to 2027, if there was some piece of advice that we could say, okay, this is what we got to focus on in order to give ourselves our best chance of success of winning. Anything come to mind for that?
It for me is the answer is focusing on your personal divine, because it's going to be a lot of grace, and it's always our personal divine that raises our level of consciousness. And that raising of the level of consciousness, we need that 100th monkey effect to wake up the rest of humanity.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I love that. Yeah, I'm all about the 100th monkey effect. Like that's a little motivator there. Like, why am I doing all this? Sometimes it feels selfish. I'm just doing this for me. I'm pretty happy. I'm okay. I don't need to do any more work. But then when I think about, what about other people that, that for some reason that helps me think, okay, well, if I'm doing it for humanity, I'll do it.
That's so funny.
Yeah. What do you think, Matthew? If you had to sum it up in kind of, 30 seconds, 1 or 2 minutes in terms of your mission here on life, on Earth. Oh,
You're muted, Matthew.
Sit down.
That's good because I was totally stuttering right there for a moment. It was perfect. How are we now?
Perfect.
We're good.
Anyway, what I was trying to say is that's a really good question. I guess the thing that's awkward for me, and I guess a lot of other people on Earth, is that there are many missions. There are many tasks. There's many personas. There's many versions of us, depending on the energy of the moment and the stage or the healing. And I guess this is just me, but the mission is going to be an entirely different thing based on where we are at this stage of the game. I would say, in general, though, if you're one of the people that finds this broadcast, part of our collective mission right now is, I think, healing the mind-body-spirit complex, healing the human collective. Remembering that the moment contains love, and really empowering the human soul on our way through this transformational, I guess, dimensional shift. That was a fun word salad. I didn't even know it was going to come out there. But it is really one of the most beautiful and critical times for that. So I would say my individual mission at this stage of the journey is really about helping people awaken and understand what it is that they're doing here and how to use their gifts, how to use the tools that they came in with. I see it a little bit like a video game, which I know is just kind of like a colloquialism in the moment right now. But it is very much like choosing your character, and each of us prior to coming in here, we quite literally chose skills and elements of ourself and things that in many cases would only unlock under certain conditions, sometimes great trauma, sometimes triumph, sometimes just places along the way. And so the really cool thing about 2021, and I heard some other date range stuff as I was coming in here, the really cool thing about this period, this kind of chunk of time that we're in, everybody's identified it in their own way, is that we have the most amount of energy available to us to work with. Like we are not victims on the Earth plane. Nothing about this planet is a prison planet. That's the funnest one. I love hearing that every day. People are like, this is a prison planet. We're suffering, And I think that if this is a prison planet, maybe it is for you. But for me, this is the number one place to be in the entire universe right now. And so anyway, I hope that makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah. I do love that you said that about the prison planet. I do kind of vacillate between, is this a prison planet or is this the best place in the world where we have free will and can create whatever we want?
Well, it's actually both.
Well, yeah, depending. Yeah.
Here is the really fun part about it. If you are perceiving it as such, for many of us, that means that it will need to be perceived as such at that stage of the journey in order for you to get whatever it is that you need to get to move forward. And so that's just been my experience so far. For some reason right now, though, Earth to me in this timeline that we're on is honestly, it is incredible. We are in the greatest part of the movie before everything starts to blow up, which is usually when it gets exciting, right?
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Matthew.
Well, that goes in with like the energetics I was talking about earlier and being mindful of, what your filter is and what you're manifesting, what timeline you're picking. It is all about perception depending on the individual and where they're at. So it's exactly why I am doing that workshop of, taking it back to yourself and working on yourself, because that's the main point and the place to be.
Yeah, which is, why it's so important to be in that 0 point right now and be in that authenticity, because it's like game on, especially because the veils are so thin and it's like, with the 3D matrix, there might have been a time where you could, sort of play a little bit of the game and contract your energy and not notice as much that's going on. But now it's like, no, if you do that, it's, instantaneous. You're in, right? So, this is what I found is like, recognize that, take breaths, expand your energy. I have like this mantra I say, I will no longer contract my energy in any capacity, right? I think that helps. Anyway.
I like that. I've heard that concept recently, and it really resonates, and I like it a lot. That idea of keeping your energy big and open and just focusing on that. It's not something we're taught to do normally.
Even internally is where it's so important, in this whole fight or flight. It's like, we're creating the very energy that is perpetuating everything outside, simply when you even internally, in the tiniest little bit of your own privacy of your home, hold fear or anxiety or anything like that. That's that contracting, which then you're feeding out.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's really just about taking a deep breath,
Yes.
That's that expansion.
I have a saying that goes, I will not become a loose production machine for any situation, person, place, or thing. So I think that kind of is what you're saying. Like when you recognize that fight or flight and just be like, no, it's not necessary. Is it necessary or is it not? It's probably not. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, well, it is what it is. So what would happen if I just let go of that?
Right.
Because we're not used to that. We're not used to actually having an experience and allowing for this amazing experiment to actually happen, and participate with it. So yeah. So that's that. Take a breath and step into the unknown.
We kind of feel guilty sometimes for having fun or for being relaxed or for having an easy life or for having everything work out for us and for everything just being like, oh, everything's awesome and amazing. People kind of look at you like, is it really, are you sure? Like, are you bragging? Like you're kind of want to hide, we're trained to kind of hide that. If we're like, oh no, we're very busy and it's all very serious. So that maybe that's one of those programs that we can rewrite. That's certainly a program I'm trying to rewrite because I don't want to be like stressed all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that is the program. So when we just stop playing it, it's like the video game. So when we stop engaging, then we just disengage from it.
Right. That kind of plays into like our tonight's topic is body is tech. And I love what Matthew said because I view things like a video game. And I also, the people, my clients that I mentor, when they have a hard time trying to navigate through life, I'm like, look at it as a video game. This is your avatar and how you're going to go through it. And I know that that's helped me, especially when it comes to your body being tech, because I see it as a vehicle and how you're going to take care of it is going to determine how it produces. So I would love to hear what y'all have to say on this, especially when it comes to navigating these upcoming energies that we're going to be going through.
Yeah, what do you think about when you hear body as tech? What does that mean to you? What does that even mean?
I will comment on that one. I actually was asking myself that previously, where I was like, "Body is tech. What are we even talking about here?" That goes in so many different directions, which is very cool. For me, if I were to try to define that, I would say yes, the human body is a beautiful piece of technology. However, as we all know, everyone here and probably everyone watching, we are so much more. We are so much more than that. But what we have at this stage available to us is just a tremendous amount of control, an ability to alter, to clear, in certain cases to enhance. But I think what we're really doing is kind of opening up doorways within the human body. And so from the technological perspective, there's so much going on with our body right now. I could get painfully specific, but we'll be sitting here for a really long time and it'll get awkward. Well, absolutely. The body is the vessel, but it is also this really interesting character that we chose. And I really do feel the video game idea. And I will say this and then I'll pause because there's a million things coming through right now. But I have realized lately, the more fanciful and just amazing and the more like this wild sci-fi movie we allow it to become, the more fun it gets. And so the body's like this really cool, video game character. And so anyway, I love it.
Yeah, I recognize the body as tech for many different reasons. And one that comes to mind is like the heart technology. And actually, it's such an intricate grid system, and the aspects of how we engage what we consider the oversoul or the higher self or whatever, and all the different ways in which it's these huge patterns and things are connected into it. So it's not just like this piece of flesh, it actually is a technology, and the solar plexus being a portal, a vortex, it's the seed of all of where we take in, the various different archetypal, images and the gender roles and all these different things that come in and all the fact that, we're like a, living portal system and connected to everything, and really the fact that the micro of the macro, so we're literally the full expression of the actual earth, within the body, and all of the, the water in our body is identical, is matching the water in the earth, and so on, and we are, water is an aspect of our beingness. So, you could again go on and kind of like this whole idea of what the body is, but it definitely is way greater than this idea of just biology, that we have been kind of deep down to believing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
It really is such an amazing topic. I'm so glad you guys kept it so simple, because it has a dual meaning in one way, because body as tech is what, it's the edge of the truth movement right now, is how our bodies being infiltrated with technology. And then the whole other side of it, of course, is the incredible natural technology of our bodies. I was sitting there thinking how to even approach the subject, because I was like, the breath, all is contained within. It can take us anywhere. The brain is an incredible technology, the craniosacral fluid, the pussy, the heart, the womb. I mean, any one of these we could sit with all night long. And it's like all of the knowledge in the history and forward of everything is inside of us, but also access to everything is inside us. So I'm like, wow, we could do a 12-hour show on body as technology. It's like, I wonder what people want to hear about.
Yeah, guys.
A 12-hour show on pussy as technology, but
totally. We could take our whole lifetime.
Yes.
On one of them.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah, it is. You're right. I love that. You're right. Every system is its own thing, and it's a whole school. It's a whole university. And there's people, who they do study it their whole life and become experts in it. And I guess it's people like me who are like want to learn from those experts. Like, what are the gold nuggets? Then like we've talked about before. If I can't be the one that studies 5 hours a day for 20 years or meditates that long, then I want to learn from those people that have.
Yeah, me too.
I think some people. Well, when it came to me, when I started my journey, one of the reasons was health reasons, because I was raised in a family that did not take good care, or they were all on medication, and my mom died at a very young age, and I started to have some of the similar health symptoms that she did. And so when I learned, when I took my Reiki course, I wanted to know about the body. And I think a lot of people, especially like when they were in school, they didn't pay attention to biology. They don't talk about how amazing our bodies are the way that they do. So I think some people may not understand what their body is fully capable of doing. I know, like what I talk about, what I thought about with body as tech was those, getting your vessel up to harness the same vibration of these energies that are coming in. I've been getting some reports where people are upgrading, but now they're starting to notice that they're not eating the way that they should. Digestive issues and all those other things. So I think I love everybody's view on this, and I love that we could just take it any which way. But that when I thought body is tech, I was thinking, it's because a lot of people don't understand what this is fully capable of. Or if they see one person levitating, they're like, I'm not capable of doing that. When you are, it just requires that you look at your vessel a little bit different and take care of it.
Well, that kind of leads me to this next question, which is why is it important that we learn about our body and use our body as tech? What can we gain from that? What's the purpose of going to do the upgrades and the activations?
I'm smiling because you're asking like, why are we in a body and why learn about it? And like, think about all the time and talk about all the time. It's like, the other speakers are probably feeling the same way. It's like, it is such a deep study. I mean, the being here on Earth, which has this material body, it's like the reason why that we're here is so that we have these senses and that we can access this, our heart. Because I think when you just said about we see someone levitating and then we feel like we don't know that we could levitate, the one factor that allows us to do anything, and I'm talking about miracles, is that we believe that we can do it. It's belief. It starts with belief. And I've seen that for years in my healing practice. If somebody doesn't believe in acupuncture, there's like a rift in the field because they don't believe it. If they don't believe in stones or crystals, there's a shift because they don't believe it. As soon as they believe in something, it activates, it works. It's a miracle. You have to believe in it. And that is the coolest technology of the heart ever. The fact that we can believe in something and that makes it happen in reality. Like ultimate creation is happening based on what we believe in. Like that is incredible to me. Miracles happen based on what we believe in. That's why we're asked so much to witness miracles. Like teachers will always say, make sure you read stories and miracles, see other miracles, talk about miracles that happen, because once you believe in it, you start to experience it. That's all the heart. That's the technology of the heart.
Oh, I like that. That's
I
good.
love that.
Yeah.
It's so true. Yeah. It's like once you see someone else doing it, then maybe you start to believe that maybe I could do it. And that's why it's important for those leading edge people to push themselves to be as powerful as they can and to share their power and not hide it, share their light and their uniqueness so that people can use that as a role model. Yeah, that's awesome. What do you think, Matt? Do you have any thoughts on your mind? I see you kind of leaning in there.
Yeah. I think in large part I am probably here because somebody believed in me in a similar way. And when I try to kind of pull it back to, I guess, the spirit of this whole thing, honestly, somebody took a look at me years ago and said, you know what, you are this, you're a psychic, you're an intuitive. That's why you are the way you are. And you know what, for some reason, I believed her. Because I saw this person, I knew how real they were. I could see how utterly real this person was. And I was like, well, if that person believes in me, maybe it was true. And for some reason, I internalized that experience to the extent that, just a short time later, I walked away from my entire life to do the thing that I'm doing now. And, I think because I believed it, Spirit created this, this sort of energy around me where people started showing up who didn't even know who I was to receive the thing that I was doing. And I think that for me, that was an example of when you absolutely believe and you step into something and it literally becomes real. And, I guess we also do that on a collective consciousness level as well. But, yeah, it is absolutely real. And so I don't even know what the question was. Honestly, I was just kind of commenting on what Sarah said. But.
That's awesome, because that's something that we were talking about. It's one of the benefits of coming to places like Camp Disclosure is that you get you get people who will believe in you and who will activate you and support your imagination and your dreaming big and those kinds of things.
That's sort of what we're doing right now in the school project that we have, in which it is really based on people showing up and working with the human technology that we have, in this case the chakras and the meridians and the new chakras and the organs and the new, what some people call universal or galactic meridians that are sort of linking us all in this crazy way, and just all this stuff. Upon working with these things, we are able to really enhance that human technology. And I think that upon doing so, it allows each of us to kind of just link into the collective consciousness on a different level. And that's when we start manifesting, things like, I don't know, what was it, disclosure or ascension or, whatever the operable buzzword is in the moment. But it is absolutely real. And so,
yeah. I think, simply put, the coming into human form is the it's the expression of source to have an awareness of itself, ourself as source in a physicality, in expression. Source knew itself conceptually, but not, knew itself experientially, but not conceptually. And so to be able to just show up as this all possibilities and this, just the range of creation abilities, and of course through emotions, really the whole game here is an emotional experience on the earth. That's really what it is. And that's why fun and joy and excitement, exhilaration, childlike curiosity, are all new really to us, because I think that's what it's meant to be, this exploration through this incredible technology called physicality, to be able to play with this in these various different fields. But of course, this whole false matrix has guided humanity to forget all that and get real serious and freeze up and have sickness and do all these things in the body. But that's not what it is. It's really about play. I just think it's just this amazing vehicle for play. In a dimensional field that you have things that you can touch and and feel and so on, and it's and I think what's important too also is that this, particularly with what of course we're all in recognition of, is the law of one and the unity, and that there is no separation between you and me. I'm you and you are one. And within that, it's like it's never that it's just little me doing anything, actually. And when I engage, my full presence, I'm engaging the collective presence. It's not, there's no separation in that. So I think, recognizing this whole technology as this beautiful connectedness to all things, and engaging these, emotions of joy and so on is like we're offering that to all the collective, pretty magically and easily, and so we're holding. That's the idea, of course, holding the space, the light. It's, to me, it's pretty spectacular, and to know that was huge for me to realize, that it's not just little me, that this, when I do that, I'm sharing. So, you can't really put this in words, but we know.
Yeah. Well, I prepared one really tough question for each of you, individualized for specifically for each of you. I didn't put it on the list I sent you out. So here we go. Who wants to go first? Sarah, I could tell by your expression you're excited. I'm just having fun.
No, this way.
All right. Really an easy one, I think. I hope it'll be easy for you. I think it will. So, you're from here, and I know you really love these Appalachian Mountains, and you have a special connection to them. And I've heard that there's some special properties, some crystalline properties, even piezoelectric. I've heard someone say that. And I was just wondering if you could share with us kind of how you think that might benefit us at camp, being in those mountains, if it might help attune us or ground us, or whatever kind of things you might be able to share with us about the specialness of the mountains.
Sure. Well, so all quartz is piezoelectric, and we live pretty much in a giant quartz bed. One of the main sacred sites here is called Shining Rock, and it's a giant quartz bed that you can see from the sky that the indigenous people of this land used to work with. I live just 30 minutes south of Spruce Pine, North Carolina, which is also in southern Appalachia, which has the most pure quartz crystal in the entire world that can be cut down to 1/billionth of a particle of something. So they're able to send that over to, they send all of that to Silicon Valley. It's the best quartz in the world. And I was just up there in Spruce Pine just recently, and the woman in the town was telling me that they see they see unidentified objects they can't identify that just, they come right out of these quartz beds and they float above the beds, and they'll have red and white lights on them. And many people in the town will have these experiences at the same time, and then they'll see them shoot right up directly, no sound, directly up into the sky, just gone. So, and this is also an area that has more missing people cases, almost more missing people cases than anywhere in North America, because of the quartz, because it creates this little like frequency change, and some people can get lost and not found forever because they can be shifted into other frequencies, or you might say other dimensions. So, but we won't let you get lost.
Yeah, that's not going to happen at camp.
Get lost. But really the thing is, I think like, so what's happening to us with all these computer screens and all these telephones and all of this Wi-Fi everywhere. And I mean, it's, if you think of it as yin and yang, it's very electric, it's electrified. And when you come to a place like this, especially something that we might call a magnetic grid or a magnetic vortex, which is more yin, like Mount Mitchell, the tallest mountain east of the Mississippi, is here, and it's actually a magnetic vortex. They're kind of hard to find. And also right here outside my house here, a place called Big Ivy is actually a magnetic grid. And when you go into those places, it's like you feel all of these little particles of these computers and these screens just dump out of you and go into the earth. It's like the antidote for all of this electrification happening around us. I mean, you just get cleansed. So wherever you are, you know, if you go up high to the mountains, you're in more yang space, especially if you go to a really tall mountain or a pointy mountain like the Rocky Mountains. But if you go down towards the waters and you go to the valleys and you get down to the waters and you lay on the rocks, like you want to go down, you want to go to the yin, like the place where there'll always be a mountain or a high place, and there'll always be its counterpart. Like Mount Shasta is a great example. It has a really tall mountain, and then it has this deep valley with this incredible fertility and water flowing through it, that it's like the female holding the male up the mountain. So you always want to go down to those female places. And these mountains have that. They have a lot of magnetism in them as far as a mountain range. And when you get down there, you'll just shed. You just clear. I mean, the earth just drains you. It's like doing a 2-hour yoga class or something. You're just like grounded again, and you're breathing again. And I feel like it's a great detox for all this electromagnetic frequency too.
Yeah, well, I think our site is like that. Our venue is like that. That's been my experience because of the nature there.
Oh, definitely. Coming from Houston to up there, it was like an immediate recharge, because I'm in the matrix and I'm always on tech because I'm working and stuff like that. So I definitely could feel the vibration when I got up there.
Yeah, people get here all the time and they just start they start decharging and recharging so quickly that everyone's like, I want to move here because I'm finally relaxed. That's nice.
I did not want to come back.
Yeah.
So is this in North Carolina, Sarah, or was this another state?
That's where I am. And the camp disclosure is happening just right below us, but still in Southern Appalachia.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. That gets me excited to get back to the mountains and get some nature, and we're going to be doing that. So awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. So Matthew, I have a good one for you. Let's see.
Boy. Oh.
So I was watching your crazy kooky live stream earlier in this week, and yeah, I'm enjoying that and loving it as always. And I noticed you had some new technology, healing technology, that might help us attune our bodies and our instruments. And I was wondering if you could or might be able to share a little bit about that, and if you'd be bringing it to camp.
Oh, certainly. I think you're referring to the Rife transmitter. Yes. Well, first up, Rife treatments, or just the integration of Rife treatment into psychic development and energy clearing was probably it was literally a turning point in the work that we do. And I think it kind of facilitates the attunement to what people call the scalar wave transmitter in the human body, because the human body actually does everything that the Rife generators do, and also what the scalar boxes do. And so what we are doing is attuning the individual to the frequencies that are being emitted. And what we find is that it just has a tremendous effect on people's intuitive ability, how you are just everything from physical health, emotional health, all those things. And so unfortunately, we're not bringing it out to Georgia. It requires a PC to kind of interface with it. And it's just not, just due to the stuff, we won't be bringing it out there. But what we are bringing is something actually much better, and that is the human organic version of a frequency generator, and that's us.
Awesome.
At this stage of our journey in the human body, we do not need a med bed. We do not need a Rife box. We do not need an injection. We have the ability to create, transmit, and to enhance, and also mitigate, release every single bit of those things. And so what we're going to, the technology we're bringing is the human technology, and more specifically, a series of capsule phrases and basically wavelengths that we've been using in the School of Multidimensional Intuition to open up the chakras and to facilitate the movement of energy to and from and between human bodies on just a tremendously accelerated level. And so we're going to be talking about that as well. But really, what we're helping people do is activate their own technology. So, yeah.
Perfect. I love it. Awesome. I'm excited for that. So Cathleena, let's see now again, I'm going to relate this to tech. I know you have some very special pieces of tech that were downloaded to you, one, and I think a second one. And so I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about your frequency adjuster and the new one, maybe if you'll be bringing that and how that works.
Sure. Well, I have the handheld one here.
Yes.
This, this one creates the 0 point for the human template. And I actually spell it template, P-L-E-T, specifically because what it is it's like a 0 point for the possibility of all the grid systems, because we have a lot of different bodies. We have light bodies, double diamond sun, so on for bodies. And so what this creates is the 0 point for that. This has all the body systems, the chakra systems, connection to source and the earth at the 0 point. So that's what this one creates. And then the other one, which is on a t-shirt, is actually for the earth template. And again, it's template because we have many different aspects to that. And it creates the 0 point for the earth template as well. And it's the resonance frequencies of love, truth, beauty, goodness, and the Hieros Gamos. And the earth one I also have infused. I was guided to put them on a t-shirt because it embodies then the this earth template. Because what these templates represent is the basically the possibilities of the creation within the physicality. So first, we as consciousness as information, has to engage in a physicality in order to create something, or has to engage in some sort of type of a container, so to speak, in order to create the idea of physicality, because consciousness just expands. So it's kind of think about it like the egg and the sperm. So consciousness exchanges information with information. So the egg is like a container. The sperm enters information, exchanges information, and begins to exchange and divide. And then it divides on top of each other because it's in kind of a container. Well, this is the idea of the template with human. So this is how we create. So this allows for the 0 point of that, which in essence would release all of the things that are not you, and allow you to engage your consciousness to have unlimited creative ability within the body. So that's the first sort of container we have. The second is the earth itself. We create one with the body, one with the earth. So what this does with both of those together is gives you the 0 point for both, to give you the greatest ability to create via your consciousness with the earth and so on. And so, yeah, these are technologies, Arcturian technologies that I have downloaded. I have a lineage with the Arcturians, and now recognizing kind of an embodiment of universal principles in terms of creation itself, and having been here many lifetimes or whatever. So a lot of geometries, work with a lot of geometries, a lot of things like that. So yeah, and I am bringing this. The T-shirt. I'm not bringing them per se. They can order them. That's just for company. I will. I don't think I'll have time to do it before camp, but I want to put the Earth template also on a piece of jewelry, and that'll be a design that I'm going to end up doing. The thing too about the Earth template, I have them infused with various different frequencies right now. So the first one, I infused it with a frequency of abundance, and I just added divinity, sovereignty, truth, love. I think that's it.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the reason that these came actually and are here, it's not like you have to have it because you don't, but it's an opportunity. It makes it easier for the individual to disengage from this whole 3D matrix and have that sense of self, which is why it's recommended to have. So there you go.
Awesome.
I want to see the shirts.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I wish you were bringing the shirts.
I know. Well, you could go. If you go to the frequency adjuster. If you go to CathleenaHailley.com, you can see them on there. You can.
Okay, so they're up there. Nice.
Yeah, they're up there, so you can take a look and.
We can post that in the comments.
Oh yeah, we'll do that. We'll post all the websites and everything for y'all.
Yeah.
All right, last question. This should be an easy one. We've already asked you if you are interested in what these guys are going to be talking about at Camp Disclosure. Go see some of our past episodes with them because they've talked about that. So my question to close it out for y'all tonight is, what are you most looking forward to about Camp Disclosure?
Well, now I'm most looking forward to the dumping of all the stuff,
The stuff
out of my body. Yeah.
Me too. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I am most looking forward to the subtle magic that occurs when a group of star seeds and multidimensional beings and awakening humans all get together in the same place. It never turns out the way you imagine it's going to. It turns out the way it's meant to. And so for me, it's really just about the physical gathering and just the strange sort of alchemy and magic that happens. And
Yeah,
I love that too.
for sure.
Am I the only one left?
Yes.
I have to be honest, I am looking most forward to teaching. I love teaching and I love seeing students' eyes light up and ask me questions and us all engage. So I love teaching. I can't wait to be in my classes with those of you who are there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for spending your time with us on Friday night. It's really a big commitment, and I appreciate y'all being here and sharing your stories. And check these guys out. Sarah's at upperclarity.com and Matthew's at rememberyourmission.com. And Cathleena, that's Cathleena with Hailley with 2 L's. I'm going to get it right. Yes. This is CathleenaHailley.com. Of course, you can check us out at campdisclosure.com. You have 3 weeks to get your tickets to be automatically entered in the early bird ticket holder raffle. We have so much good stuff to give away. So make sure to take advantage of that. And
everybody's information is on our website. So if you want to read more about it and you can't find it, definitely go to Camp Disclosure and check that out.
You guys, all right. Happy new moon. Set your intentions. Dream big. And look forward to seeing everybody next week. And have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you all for holding space.
Yes.
Thank you for being here. Bye. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
You too.
Ground, connect, activate. It's time. Our Starseed soul family is gathering in the sacred Blue Ridge Mountains to dance, play, meditate, create, learn, heal, and upgrade. Camp Disclosure 2021 Experience the Human Upgrade, a 4-day soul activating experience featuring leading edge speakers, inspiring art, uplifting music, delicious food, ecstatic dance, and a contagious high vibe aimed at pushing the dialogue, shifting the paradigm, and forging a path to the new earth, where the extraordinary is not only honored, but celebrated. Find us online at campdisclosure.com for event and live stream tickets.